Hi everyone, Neve here, and today, this is probably going to be kind of a boring video, but, yeah, I really need to clean up this giant pile of tarot decks on the ground here, and, yeah, so I'm just going to bring you along with me, and, there's probably portions of this that I'm going to, sort of speed through, and maybe I'll play some music or not. I don't know. But yeah, I think I mentioned this in my video where I went on my whole post-election processing rant, and basically I've had that pile of tarot decks. It's pretty much all of my decks, almost all of my decks. I've had that there since July. I've had that there since the video where I had my family members come in and pick out a whole bunch of, pick out 10 decks and put them under cloth for me to blindly rank them. I don't know if you remember that video. Maybe if I remember during editing, I'll put it up in the cards or wherever that is. Yeah, and since that video, I've just had that pile there, and this is basically my issues with executive function. That pile of tarot decks it's exhausting to look at. It's exhausting. Like every time I come in here, it's like this bog over me, and like I don't want to come into my ritual room and do stuff because the giant pile of tarot decks. But at the same time, the idea of going through them is just overwhelming to say the least. So yeah, but I feel like that's starting to lift. I feel like the being bogged down by that feeling is starting to lift a little bit. So I think I'm ready to start putting this stuff away. So I have no game plan for this whatsoever. I am just basically going to, I guess, separate it. Yeah, we'll see where it goes. I don't know how exciting or boring this video is going to be. I don't know how long it's going to be. It might be pretty short. I really don't know. So yeah, I'm just going to take you along with me, and let's see what happens. Okay, here we are. It is just a massive pile. This is what I mean. This is the overwhelm that I'm feeling right now. Yeah, and I also have a mess over here. A lot of it's like my stickers and stuff from when I'm doing like art at my table here. This isn't really a room tour or anything, but yeah, part of this is going to be a tiny bit of a room tour. But yeah, like all the washi tape and stickers and markers and things like that. I just have I have things jumbled. I just like. I need to organize. So I think, so one of the first things I'm going to do is, I don't know if you can see, but some of these tarot bags are in, I have these spice racks. Spice racks are what I hold my tarot decks in, and let me see if I can move some around and show. What? See, like it's going crazy over here. So here we go. I have them in these spice racks. Yeah, and a lot of them were put over here on this pegboard. I have 4 that go there. And in the meantime, before we get more furniture, because I'm actually getting rid of this unit. This is holding a lot of my herbs and things like that. And I'm going to get a whole new system over here. But this unit here is what's holding some of my other tarot decks. And what I've been doing here is I'm kind of doing a tier system, and I can't even get over here because there's tarot decks all over the floor. So, all right, I gotta put this down to show you. But I put one rack right there, one rack right here, and I'm using the boxes that a lot of these decks came in as the shelving, and you don't see them once all the decks are in. So it's basically 3 tiers of these spice racks. And this is just a temporary thing. Like I said, I want to get a whole unit over here. Yeah, and I still have to work on the door. As you see, I've only got part of it done. Um, and we also need to do the wall, you know. So when the wall is complete and the door is complete, and we have all the new furniture here, I am actually going to put a lot of the racks up here. So there's probably going to be about 6 of them there, and that's the dog door right there, and then the dog door going outside to the backyard. But yeah, so that is. But right now, I've got to put these away. And I think part of what holds me off from doing this is that the setup I have right now, you know, not when they're all over the floor, but the actual setup I have right now is a temporary thing. And I think that's part of what's blocking my brain from allowing me to put these away, because I know when I do put them away, it's going to be temporary. So I don't know. It's that sort of thing that gets into my head, and it blocks me from taking care of this. But yeah, so first thing I'm going to do, I am going to grab my tripod so I can put my camera on there, and I'm just going to take all the decks out of these racks and just have them out, and then I'm going to put all the racks away. Okay, so that's step one. Okay, here we go. Got the big pile, moved the pile from over there to over here. But yeah, I've got at least got all the things free here. So now I'm going to put those 4 of them there, and the rest in here. All right. Okay, I think we got it. And now I'm going to go through this pile. So I'm going to turn the camera down, and we're going to go through this pile a bit. I don't know, I'm not going to go through every single deck, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, we're down here with the tarot decks, and yeah, so I think the next thing I want to do is I want to separate these out by type. So basically going to have one big pile of tarot, which is going to be the majority of the decks. I'm going to have a pile of Oracle, and then a very small pile of like Lenormand. Yeah, just kind of separating them by type. And yeah, that'll be the next step. All right, here we go. Okay, so I have tarot in this pile, and I have Oracle and Lenormand. I decided to keep them together in the same pile. So, all right, that was the next step. Now, what do I do? Now, I think I'm gonna have to start. So, how many spots do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 13 racks to place these on, and I can fit. I can fit like 4 larger decks in each rack. like I can fit like 4 like wider, longer, or wider, larger decks in one rack. But the smaller decks, like say like this, I can actually fit quite a few and I can put a lot of them sideways like this in the deck. So maybe I can separate these out by size, and I will mess with the Oracle decks later, but I'm just going to focus on the tarot decks for right now. So, oh, and I have a whole bunch behind me too that I didn't separate. Of course. Yeah. And some of these, like the Cosma and Prisma Visions, I wasn't sure which category to put them in because they're kind of both. So to keep things simple, I just kind of put them in the Oracle section, even though they're both like tarot, but they're both Oracle. It's a whole thing. But yeah, I didn't even notice the ones behind me, so I'm gonna bring these over real quick. And there we go. And I think the next thing I'm going to do is just separate by size. So some small decks and some large decks. All right, so that's going to be my next thing. All right. I have these separated into small, medium, and large decks. Yeah, and I think I'm just gonna, oh my god, again, there's a whole little pile next to me that I didn't go through, so I'm gonna have to do that now. All right, so we'll do that. All right, there we go. Last view. I keep like not seeing a pile that's like behind me or, you know, just out of my field of view. So yeah, all right. So, and I have no, I was not counting, so I have no idea. I don't know. This is, this is, some ADHD cleaning for you, or, you know, just like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And this is why this is so frustrating. So I guess I can count real quick and see how many I have here. And these are just tarot. Yeah, and we'll see where to go from here. Okay, this is really funny, but each category has 17 decks. And yeah, and by the way, these are not all of my decks because I have one deck at least that's in my bedroom. I have some decks that are around the house, so that's another reason why I really want a better system here in my ritual room, and to get a new furniture set up, and to get more racks on the wall, you know, things like that, because obviously I am a tarot collector, you know. I read tarot cards and oracle cards and all of that, but you know, when it comes down to it, I am a collector, and there are several decks in here that I'm considering moving along and passing along, and I'm actually fine with that. Like, yeah, because there's decks that I've gotten that I just, I don't know, feel like I'm done with, or I never really connected with, or weren't really for me, and that's fine. So I will be reducing my deck collection, which is something I never thought I would say. You know, because I used to say that once a deck comes in my collection, that's it. And there are definitely decks that, you know, that I actually don't even like, that I'm still going to keep for one reason or another. But yeah, so I definitely plan to downsize, but and these are not my only tarot decks. And of course, we have a whole pile over there of Oracle and Lenormand and other types of card decks. So yeah, so I think at this point, I'm gonna try to figure out how I want to put them on the spice racks. All right. Okay, so for the main rack here, the one that has 4 spice racks, I think I'm going to pick probably my favorite decks to go here. That way they're a bit more on display. Now, of course, once this wall is finished, I'm going to be mounting like 6 racks over here. So, yeah, there will be more in the future. Yeah, but as of right now, that's what we have going on. So I'm gonna grab what I think might be my favorite decks, or the ones that I think will look the best over here. And I'm probably going to, like, if there's a tarot deck that I have that's kind of part of a set, for example, my the Wild Unknown Tarot, it's part of a set with the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle. So those I typically had on this top thing here, and I do plan to eventually get the other decks in that series. And I think this top deck or top rack will probably be the Wild Unknown rack. So it'll have all 4. I can't remember how many are out right now, but the alchemy and the archetypes are the other ones I'm planning on getting. And I think, you know, this isn't part of, you know, this scope of this video, but I kept going back and forth on whether I wanted the mini version of the archetypes or the full size. And I think I get tempted by the mini one, but I think ultimately I want the large one. So, yeah, so I think I'll have all 4 right here. And yeah, all right, so let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so what we've got going on here, we've got the Wild Unknown up here. This is the animal, spirit animal one, animal spirit. And this is Wild Unknown Tarot. Then we have my Anna K, which is my main personal tarot deck, or tarot, let's see if it can focus there. Tarot, yeah, my personal tarot deck. And then I have my 2 Star Trek decks right here. Yeah, there's, sorry, I've got to adjust the lighting as I'm doing this. There will be more Star Trek decks coming out, so that'll probably have its own rack too, but as of right now, it's up here with the Wild Unknown and my Anna K. And Wild Unknown actually isn't one of my favorite tarot decks. It's just, I really like these bags, so aesthetically, I like it over here. So then we have my Animal Mundi. Then we have the Goblins and Gardens, the Gourmet Tarot, and the Lord of the Rings Tarot. And then we have the I want to say Cyberpunk, is the Eldritch Overload. Eldritch Overload, the Moon Crystal, that's a Sailor Moon themed deck. Then the Crystal Visions, Rain Shadow, which I don't have a bag for yet. I haven't created one for it yet. My Grunge Tarot. Then the Barcana is over here. Then these are the Pacific Northwest Tarot and the Seed and Sickle Oracle, which the bags match each other because I intended on them going together, but I almost never use them together, but the bags match, so they're next to each other. And then finally I have the Book of Shadows, As Above and So Below, right here. Yeah, oh, and down here, I don't know if you can see, let me turn this down here. I do have a rack right here. It's this came in a Witch's Moon thing, and I just have it attached up top, and there's hooks on the bottom, and I have the illustrated oracle there, illustrated crystallary. I think this is the herbiary, and then I think my bestiary is over there, and I'll grab it real quick and put it on here too. But I've always kept them on this thing, and once I put the other one on here, it'll even out. But yeah, so there we go. Those racks are done. So now let's move to the other racks. Okay, so the racks here, and sorry about this glare. It's because there's a stupid light on the top of this bookshelf, and I was actually just talking to my husband about this light. When we redo the walls and stuff in here, I think we're gonna move that light somewhere because it's in a very obnoxious spot, and I usually film this direction, so that stupid light is always in the way. So anyway, yeah, ignore the glare. But yeah, so at this point, I think I'm just gonna put I'm not gonna have too much organization here. I'm just gonna put as many as I can on the racks. I will sort of combine, if there's decks that I have that sort of go together, whether it be Oracle or Tarot, whatever, I'm going to try to keep those together. All of my Japanese decks I'm going to have like on one rack or whatever. Yeah, so that's kind of the plan. So I'm going to put away as many as will fit. All right, so let's do that now. Hey, well, I've got it all in there. Of course, a whole bunch of glare because of that stupid light right there. But, yeah, so I've got, oh, I'm missing one. Oh, I got one full thing here, so I can actually fill that up. So that's good because I have more down there. Most of those are going to go in this little rack that I have right here, which is just mini decks. So this is where all of the Lenormand's going to go, and any small deck I have. So some of those also include tarot decks, like this deck here is it's a Japanese deck, but it's a mini one, and it is tarot. So I've got some Lenormand here, and then I've got these small decks here. Yeah, so I've got a few small decks over here, and this is the Gentle Tarot, the one that was in the tin, but I actually kind of hated the tin. So yeah, I have this as well, and a few of the small. Here's another Lenormand, and some small Japanese decks too. So those are what's going to go in there. So I do have one full rack, which is good because I do have other decks that are kind of around the house, so that's probably what'll go there. But yeah, but I have three. I've got the back row there, middle row, and front row. Back row, middle row, front row. So it's not the most efficient way to do it, but it's temporary, so it will change over time. Yeah, and also I have some decks over here in this little basket because this is kind of my ancestor nook over here. So these are decks that I often use for ancestor work, so I have these over here as well, but eventually I will have a little bit of a better system for this as well, but I do like the little basket. So all right, yeah, so I'm gonna put those away, and I actually think I might be done for this video. Yeah, I'm sure it was not all that interesting for you, but it was fun. And oh, I do also have some decks down here at the bottom, so I might take some of those and put them in that free rack right there. So yeah, and then that is my bucket of crystals, but I apparently put some other stuff in there too. So there we go. All right, so I am gonna call this a day, and here's the puppy. Say hi, puppy. Hi. Hi. You're the one that makes all the noise. All the noise. Yep, so I got all those decks I've got to take care of right now. Those are the Lenormand ones, and these are like all the washi tape and stuff that I was finding while I was going through this pile. All right, thank you so much for watching, everyone. And Ashilder, that's her name. Ashilder, hey, Ashilder, come here. Hey, Ashilder, you want to say hi? Oh, she found something she wants to eat. All right. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.